r/AskReddit, how are you 30s different than your 20s? You run and you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Realizing the dumb things I did back then. No more binge drinking for me. I'm a little over 4 months sober. I was going to quit on my 31st birthday but ended up quitting a few weeks before it. This is the longest I've gone without drinking in I don't know how many years, and I'm keeping it that way. I'm too old to keep drinking like a college kid. I've seen where that leads. I'm asked, when are you getting married? And when are you having children? Far more frequently. Or when will you get a boy/girlfriend for the singles among us? Please stop, people. If the one hasn't crossed my path, then just leave it at that. Cannot pull all-nighters anymore. I malfunction without 8 hours of sleep. I can, but holy crap, do I pay for it for the rest of the week. In my 20s, could bounce back after a day. Takes 2 to 4 days now. More money, a lot more fun, enjoying having reached the goals I was striving towards in my 20s. Only downside is seeing your parents get old, sad face. Seeing my parents getting older and older is heartbreaking. You know yourself better and don't care that much anymore what others think of you. Fucking kids. Edit, wait, I didn't mean like that. Yes, officer, this man right here. Yeah, I still don't know what you meant by that. That came out wrong. Why don't you have a seat right over there? Man, you really could have added another word to this. In your 30s, you finally understand the importance of a good night's sleep and realize hangovers last 2 days instead of 2 hours. You get hit on less. You take less shit from people. You actually have money to do things you are supposed to get hit on in your 20s. Good to know. Hate to tell you, but being in your 30s doesn't mean you get hit unless you just aged poorly. The IDGAF stage of life is really fun and makes me wish I hit the stage earlier in life. At some point you realize most people are full of BS, so you do you and ignore the rest. You will start thinking about your future and your life. Unlike when you were on your 20s, you are still experimenting of what you must and mustn't do. Trying and failing and learning lessons. I'm 40 now, so they're both gone, dash. My 30s were about maturing where my 20s were about avoiding maturing. Damn, that's so real to me. I was always telling my mates I'm not going to be like that and become a boring prick. Now turning 30 this year, I'm like, yeah, maybe I need to start calming down. More creaking and aches and pains. One day you'll throw your back out doing something mundane and will live in fear of it forever. Hell, I threw out my back once while sitting down. Not in the process of sitting down, mind you, while I was just sitting down. Shit's crazy. Less women, more money, more gym, no drugs, more anime. Shit, doesn't sound too bad really. If I have even less women, I'm probably gay. You can't eat anything you want and stay in shape anymore. Facts. I'm still working off the last of the weight I gained at 27. After 25, shit just ain't the same. Home gym, so I'm more in shape. Money and stability. My 30s are much better than my 20s. I'm fatter and more depressed, but I make a lot more money and know how to tell people to fuck off when necessary. Physically I feel the same, just have a shit and more money. I was happy in my 20s. Now I'm too tired on most days to be happy. 30s is when you begin reaping what you sowed in your 20s. Both good and bad. Made smart health choices? Congrats, you're going to feel much better physically on a day-to-day basis than people who sat around eating junk food. Neglected being serious about self-improvement or career stuff? Well, 30s is when that comes home to roost. Basically, every action you take in your 20s is a deposit in the bank of what you want your 30s to be. I'm 21, so time to get depositing. I care less about other people's opinions. I have more disposable income. I care more about my health. I tolerate less BS. Less alcohol, more weed. Less alcohol, more weed, holy shit, I don't think I've ever seen it summed up so succinctly. And GT, less alcohol, more weed. My prescription is working as intended, smiley face. You can't overcome diet and pain through will and exercise anymore. Self-awareness, I've become more self-aware and confident in who I am. My 30s have brought a better understanding of my values, goals, and what I want out of life. There's a greater sense of knowing myself and what truly matters. Priorities, my priorities have shifted. While my 20s were often about exploring, experimenting, and figuring things out, my 30s have been more about solidifying goals, focusing on personal and professional growth, and building a stable foundation. Yup, Started working out and I feel better and healthier in my mid-30s than I did during my mid-20s. You find one less thing that you care about every year that you age. That's why you see 90-year-olds that say whatever they want because they're at the ultimate level of not caring at all. One that we all could just hope to get to, but it starts at the age of 30. I have more money than I know what to do with, and my back hurts. It's a give and take. Invest, my guy. Those Pokemon cards aren't going to buy themselves. I wasted my 20s trying to convince this loser I was worth it. I turned 30 and decided to convince myself that I was worth it. So many doors have opened up for me and I'm finally coming into my own. Tired. The good, a lot less self-conscious, you realize you don't have to impress everyone and can focus your attention on being your genuine self. The mixed, I've found the time and distance from childhood has helped me unpack a lot of stuff that happened when I was a kid/teen. It's both healing and also painful to work through. The bad, back pain LOL. I realize now that I didn't know half as much as I thought I did. Much fatter now. It's less world is your oyster and more, this is it, I guess. Although it's not too late to start new things, your options do narrow somewhat. That's how most people see it, but I don't think it has to be that way. Yes, your options do narrow, but there's still an almost limitless amount of things you can spend time on. Just because you didn't get a degree in something doesn't mean the last 10 years of your life were for naught. You can easily transition that experience somewhere else. Except pro sports. That door is shut for good. If you have a limited budget for a home gym, knowing what you know now, what would you recommend I get if I have nothing? I am stressed. I don't miss being dumber though. Seemingly overnight, the body protests against normal 20s things. Why's my back hurt? Why can't I randomly hike this mountain? Why can't I drink all day Saturday? My unrealized life goals are more disappointing. I had that as I was approaching/hitting 30, but shortly after came to the conclusion that my goals were BS to begin with, either there to impress others, or put there because others told me I should. When I reevaluated the goals instead of myself, I felt a lot better. Drugs wear off faster but take longer to recover from.
Hey guys, it's Reddit Glitch. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I just wanted to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button because according to my statistics, 98.8% of my viewers are not subscribed, which I think you should subscribe because it's free and we're going to have a lot more bangers in the future, so subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.